Good afternoon, everybody. Valerie Ling here, clinical psychologist and burnout prevention coach. I'm giving you an opportunity to view the authentic headspace of what it is to do life the skateboard way. I had a conversation with my very able assistant, Kathy, and I was sharing a little bit about some challenges that I'm facing at the moment. And she said, I wonder who it was that said to me that when you fall off the skateboard, you just have to hop back on and just normalize it. So I'm sharing with you a little bit of what I'm doing differently today. Shock horror, I have discovered that some of my physical health markers are probably not where I want them to be. And I'm trying to actually figure out how that came to be because psychologically and emotionally, I've been keeping tabs amidst all the various changes that I've had, moving house, moving community, moving churches. We moved office to make sure that I was still psychologically and emotionally not burning out. But I think one resource that I not necessarily neglected, but probably left it a little too late, or not too late, but a little too delayed to tap into, is the resource of my physical resources. And if you don't know what I mean by resources, I take a resourcing approach to burnout prevention, which means that you keep an eye on all your tanks to evaluate how they're doing. And one of the tanks that slipped my attention was my physical resource. I thought I was doing fine. However, having had some empirical data come back now, I need to do some work. And this morning, I've done quite a few things. I've intentionally reshuffled the way that I'm doing my work now. I've had a relook at my diary and my schedule, my chunks. That's another thing that I talk about in my burnout prevention work, is looking at your chunks and how you chunk your work week. I've reorged that. And then I realized something that I was doing fairly automatically that I have been doing for a while now, which when I actually really think about it is part of a push through mentality. Ignore what is more important and just push through. And that push through comes from my thinking of sealing your day. So sealing your day for me is another concept I talk about, which is, what do you need to psychologically switch off and tick off your list so that you feel like you can walk away from your work and, actually regenerate and restore yourself. And one of the things that I was aware of just as I was sitting here this afternoon is that I'm actually pushing through further than I need to in order to seal off my day. And I was actually prioritizing the whole completion thing, get things off my checklist so that I can go home and have peace of mind. I'm doing something different today. I've actually said to myself that all that needs to be done for this section of the day has been done. There is nothing further for me to do. It's time for me to actually give my body the space and the attention it needs to recover. I've given myself a timeline, a realistic timeline to actually put the focus and attention on it. And I'm going to do something different today. I'm not going to finish the things that are on my to-do list because they are mounting in the context of expansion and change. I'm actually going to walk away and respect and honor my body and its cues and go home, have a decent lunch, and head to the gym, and then just accept that this is my capacity at this point in time, and trust and believe on the other side of this that I will actually be far more resourced and my capacity will again expand once I do this. Do you ever feel like this? Are you in the middle of this yourself? Have your physical resources dropped off a little bit? Would love to hear from you. See you later.